Good morning everyone and welcome back to another yoga flow. Today we are going to do a hip and back flow. So sitting down, comfortable position, palms facing up. We're going to do some box breathing. Inhale to the count of 4, hold it to the count of 4, exhale to the count of 4 and hold the exhale, the emptiness, to the count of 4. So let's start. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. And hold, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. And hold, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. And hold, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. And hold, 2, 3, 4. Taking a breath in and a breath out. Slowly opening our eyes and preparing our wrists. Moving clockwise, anti-clockwise, shaking it out as you wish. Perfect. Inhaling, look up. Exhale, down. Inhale, look up. Exhale, hands to side. Inhale, lifting hands, look up. Exhale, chin to chest, by the side. Inhale, look up. Exhale, back down. Inhale, look up. Exhale, back down. Warming up those shoulders. One more. Amazing. Taking a breath in, reaching over towards our right hand. Exhale, switching sides. Perfect. Inhaling, coming into a tabletop position. Going to do cat and cow stretches. Inhale, come into cow. Exhale, cat, chin to chest. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat, chin to chest. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat, chin to chest. And inhale, cow, and exhale, cat. Moving our spine in circular motion. Whatever feels good for your body right now. Amazing. So, stepping or jumping to the front of our mat. Standing up nice and carefully, nice and tall, spine straight. Getting ready. Inhaling, hands up, Samastiti. Look up to the sky. Exhale. Forward fold, knees straight or bent. Inhale, half lift, your spine straight. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, come into a downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. Knees can be a little bent or straight. Pedal out your feet if you wish. Focusing on breath. Next, inhale, step or jump to the front of the mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, coming into Utkatasana, chair. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, coming back to Samastiti. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, your spine straight. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths through the nose. Next breath in, stepping to the front of the mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift your spine straight. And exhale, come into Utkatasana, chair. And breathe here. Glutes nice and tight. Spine straight, abdomen engaged. And coming up to Samastiti, hands down. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plank and Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. Now we are nice and warmed up. We can begin our flow. So, our next breath in, we're going to take the right leg and bring it to the front of the mat, coming into a high crescent lunge, taking a deep breath in, exhale, interlocking the hands, opening the chest, shoulder blades together, breathing in, and as we exhale, bending down between our legs. And take 5 breaths here. Abdomen engaged, chest and heart open. Amazing stretch for your shoulders as well as your hips. On our next inhale, slowly coming up using our hips and releasing the hands. Exhale. On our next breath in, taking that left hand, opposite hand to the mat, right hand into the air. You can look up towards that hand or bring it behind your back and look towards your right shoulder for a little twist. Stay here breathing. Really open up that hip. Focusing on hip and shoulder openers. Taking a breath in, bringing the hand to the mat, both hands on the mat now. Come into a high lizard, just stabilize yourself. Look up in front of you and breathe. Next breath in, both feet up to the front of the mat. We're going to come into a yogi squat. So squatting down, hands in prayer, just touching gently the inside of our knees, breathing here. You can put a block under your sit bones if you wish. Opening the hips. Exhaling, coming into our forward fold. Inhale, coming into half lift. And coming back to Samastiti. Amazing. Inhale in Samastiti. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift your spine straight. Exhale, plank and Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. On our next breath in, taking the left foot or the opposite foot, this time to the front of the mat. Inhale, high crescent lunge. Exhale, bringing the hands to the back, interlocking the fingers. Placing that right foot horizontal to the back of the mat, and with an inhale, slowly bending between the legs. Breathing here. Maintain your balance. Go as deep as your body allows you. You do not have to get your head to touch the mat or even be near your feet. On our next inhale, we're going to slowly, as if a string was dragging us back up to the middle of our back, come back and put the opposite hand down to the mat. Lift the left hand, look up towards it, or if you wish, you can take that left hand behind your back, look towards the left shoulder, and open your chest in a nice little twist. And holding this pose before bringing both hands down and coming into a high lizard, and just stay here, stabilize yourself and breathe. Our next breath in, bringing both hands and legs to the front of the mat, yogi squat. Just opening up the hips, gently breathing. Inhale and exhale. We are going to come into a forward fold next. Amazing. Inhale, half lift your spine straight, and exhale, Utkatasana chair. Breathe here. Hold it, tightening your core, working the legs, working the glutes. And come into a Samastiti. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift your spine straight. And exhale, coming into a plank, and no chaturanga this time. We are going to come into a side plank, and now you can put your knee down to make it a little bit easier, or both legs together, breathing, abdomen nice and tight. Stay with the breath. And slowly bring both hands down. Let's swap sides. Abdomen tight, glutes tight, shoulders engaged. Don't let your hip go towards the mat. Keep it lifted and breathe. Both hands on the mat now, knees on the mat, and we are going to bring our right leg, lengthen out the left, right foot touching left thigh, and slowly put a breath in. We are going to lean towards the left, towards our left toe. A really nice side stretch. Stay here and breathe. And coming back to center, switching legs, leaning towards the right foot. Stay and breathe. Feel that nice stretch along the side of your ribs. And this time, seated forward fold, opening up the legs, inhaling and exhaling, bending from the hip back nice and straight towards the middle. Now you can bring your hands in front of you if it's easier, or you can just hold on to your feet like I am, and slowly lower yourself as far as your body lets you. The minute you feel any sort of pain or pinch, come back from it and keep your neck straight and your back straight, and just breathe through this pose. Relax into it before coming back to center, taking a breath in, closing the legs and bringing them to our chest. Amazing. Now we're going to lie on our back, and we're going to come into a bridge pose for 5 breaths. Or if you wish, and it is within your practice today, then join me for a wheel pose for 5 breaths. So warming up in the bridge pose, slowly lowering back down, bringing the palms to our shoulders as close as you can, taking a breath in and lifting ourselves using the muscles in our arms. And then we are going to push our chest towards the front, lowering the feet or staying on your toes. Stay here and breathe. This requires strength from all over your body, and it's an unbelievably good stretch for your back. And when lowering, lower bit by bit, head first, shoulders, pelvis and tailbone. Now bringing the legs to our chest for a counter pose. Breathe here and just enjoy the counter pose. Hands laid out, coming into a little twist. Bring the legs to the right hand side, looking to the left. Stay and breathe. Swapping sides, stay and breathe. Next inhale, coming into our side and sitting up. Gently into a cross-legged position. Taking a few breaths here. Or if you're like me and you've long hair, retying your hair after that wheel pose. Palms facing up, breathing in and breathing out. Staying here for yourself, focusing on the breath and just breathe. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.